Hi everybody, welcome to the bookshop. My name is Shelley. Tonight I'm going to do a flip through of this book. It is a custom order for a very good customer of mine. She has bought several books from me and she asked me if I could do one with a horse theme. So I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it turned out to be. I did do a horse theme book last year for someone, but I used her own photographs of horses and cats and dogs and her children, and she didn't want lace or coffee dyed paper. And this one has everything: the coffee dyed paper, lots of lace, charms. I made my first tassel. It's a big boy. It's full. I think it's beautiful. The problem was getting the papers. I could not find a kit anywhere that was horse themed that I liked. They have lots of them for kids. They have some Western themed ones. I found some scrapbook papers that I ended up using, but I used my little bit of knowledge of digital design and made my own papers. I am not a digital artist, but I think they turned out okay. We'll see. Anyway, it's a big boy, so I really want to get to it because my camera can, sometimes it turns off at 37 minutes. I don't know. If it does that and I'm not finished, which I don't see how I can be, I guess there'll be a part 2 of a flip through, even though that's a bit ridiculous. But let's get going so we can do this. First of all, it's 8 10 by 5 1/4 inches wide. This book is a 1945 copy of Black Beauty. Very old, falling apart, but I really wanted this cover. I love the color, and that was kind of what I was going to go with some teal blues. These are actually, I think because of age, a little more green than I had thought they were going to be. But it's got this pretty lace, very simple metal corners, but I did not want to cover the cover. The brown leaves, that's why I used the brown fabric. I think it's a simple design, that's true, but it's, in my opinion, really, really pretty. So I did a tassel. My first one, it is removable. I'm going to take it off because I don't want it on here while I'm, flipping the book around and stuff. I've never made one before, but this, I gotta get it off. It's got a large latch hook, heart-shaped, and then I used, strands of beads and sequins and ribbons and lace. This fuzzy trim, sparklies, all kinds of stuff. It's very pretty, I think. And then the little charm on here. This is a set of horseshoes, and they're both marked sterling. These are a little vintage set that I've had a long time, and perfect for this horse theme. So I'm going to just put this over here. I did 8 signatures plus an envelope. The back, it's got the little thing for clipping on your tassel. The back, same as the front. It's very simple with the lace and metal corners. The closure, first time I've ever done one of these, it's a chain, kind of a heavy, thick chain. This is actually an old bracelet. It has the same kind of clasp as the tassel, this pretty little heart shape. So you can move this back and forth on these links to make it tighter or looser if it gets bigger. To open it, you can undo either one of these. And this, you can flip this over. This is just a faux turquoise heart. Again, I thought it went perfectly with the whole theme, kind of. It's not a Western theme, but with the whole horse thing, turquoise goes good. Anyway, yeah, you just unclip this and you can remove it completely. I think I'll actually do that. You just unclip the back one, remove it completely. They're simple to put back on. Like I said, adjustable. So as it grows or shrinks, you can make it tighter and looser. I think I'll show you the charms real quick. It has 8 signatures. So I did 8 charms. Let's see. This is a little silver horse. And then we've got just a little flowered cameo, some blue beads. This is a key, which also has a blue bead. The beads are that kind of iridescent, so it changes colors. The key. Beautiful rock gemstone. I love the color. This is a horseshoe charm with a horse head in the center. Can we get that? Yeah, there's the horse head. And then a couple more blue beads. And this little charm shaped like a butterfly with little pearls on it. So they're hooked to the signature with an eyelet. We'll see as we go along. So inside, first thing, we've got this. Maybe I'll lift this up just a little more. I put a pocket here. I didn't want to cover this picture. This is one of the original illustrations, which I did not use a lot of illustrations. This was not a Black Beauty book. It was a horse book, but I loved this picture. This is actually the bookend end paper from the back, and I moved it and glued it to this front cover so you could see Black Beauty, because the one that was on the front had some white horses or something. Anyway, this tag, coffee dyed paper and some lace on it, has horseback, horse chestnut, horse hide. Everything on here is horse. So I started off with that. This little front pocket, this is just for, a lot of times I make a Patricia Viramontes pocket for tickets, and I didn't make one of those for this journal. So I just had a little pocket there for some tickets and some labels. And then we've got some more labels, and this little tag is very kind of faded look with a little stamp of a horse. The story begins, and then we've got one of the This Book Belongs To tags, and those go in this pocket. And then these were some of the last cards I printed, and I found them. Oh, where did I find them? I don't remember. I thought I wrote it down. Everything is from mostly free tags and cards and stuff. I purchased 3 sets of horse tags and journaling cards from Kirsty Art Designs. But a lot of these were from free sites. But I thought these were very cool. They're like sketches of a woman on horseback, and she's riding side saddle in all these pictures. And then on the back, they're lined. So there's 5 of those. There's a lot of sets. You'll see a lot of sets together in different places throughout. This is the envelope. I always like to add a little envelope. And in the envelope, we have a mini journal. Oh, and I lined the envelope, even though I did the envelope in butterfly paper. Because even though it's a horse journal, it's not 100% horses. I had to add the 3 B's, which are birds, butterflies, and botanicals. Now, there's not much, especially birds and butterflies. There's a little bit. The papers, besides the ones that I made, I used the paper pad had a lot of florals in them, and that's what I supplemented with floral papers. This is a little mini. I printed this out and it came out too small. There's actually going to be 2 of these mini books with the same cover. Anyway, it's a very old book cover called Horse Stories, and inside it's just got some little ephemera, old This tags, leftovers really from other journals, and some ephemera. An old piece of horse ephemera. And then just coffee dyed paper. This pink paper is avocado dyed. And that's it. It's sewn right down the center. Simple. Little extra place to write. I really like this paper. There's lots of this teal, lots of this blue throughout the journal. So these are the 8 signatures. Each one has what I call a cover, a signature cover. And they're all in this theme of the vintage woman with a horse. There's 4 blue and 4 in a kind of pinkish color. And I made all of these. These are my work. So this is the first one. There's 4 blue, 4 pink, and they go every other one. And the first ones, they all have this pretty lace on them. And then on the back of the blue ones, the illustrations are from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. It's the Summer Prelude. I think Summer Prelude 2, the one with the blues. I just thought the color was perfect for this journal. And there's lots of the teal on the leaves and teal birds and stuff. This is a Tim Holtz. It's a new die cut I just got. It's called Slots. And it's pretty cool. They're kind of popular. I've seen a lot of people use them, so I thought I'd get one. Anyway, there's going to be, in each of these, there's one of these tags. They're all different, but I'm not going to want to pull everything out or this is going to take forever. There's a botanical card in each one. And in every signature, there's one of these. I got these from Bountiful Heirlooms. It's a freebie of hers. But I thought they were very cool. Remind me of an old barn or something. So I used those to number the signatures. And then in the 4 blue signatures, there's one of these cards. These are art therapy for coloring, doodling. I picked this one because it had the 3 horses. This one's been drawn in tiny little doodles. But yeah, all 4 of the blue ones will have these same 4 things. A horse tag, an art journaling card, a botanical card, and one of the numbered cards. And then this beautiful blue paper. I have 2 similar sheets and I cut them in half and used them for the blue signatures. Then I made a book page pocket. Okay, this is one of the cards from the set. Oh, and the tag, the horse tag. Those are from Christie Art Designs on Etsy. And there's a set of 8 of these, I think, and 8 tags, and then 6 others. But all 3 of those sets came from her. And there's this. Everything else I searched for free horse images and cut out and printed myself. Some of it will be lined on the back, like this one. And some of it's just vintage looking tags. This guest check. I did a digital stamp of a horse on these. I think these came out so cute. It's almost one of my favorite things in the whole journal. That digital stamped horse. And then we got the doily coffee dyed paper. That was digitally stamped. So here's some of the paper from the paper pad. I didn't write down which one it was, but these are the papers I used. A lot of florals, nothing bright and stuff, but the kind of subdued colors and small floral prints all over the whole page. Those are 2 or 3 in each signature. Okay, and then the first one in each signature has a pocket with lace on it, and then they each have these little ponies running across the page. You'll see it on the other half of the page too. Now here's those tags. Those are from Christie Art Designs. These are some I found. And I love this red bingo card for some reason. I thought it went perfectly with this journal. This is a vintage, came from an old photo album. They used to put in the date and event and comments of what the picture was about. Those were in my grandparents' photo album. I actually have a stack of 2 different kinds. Then we've got lined music paper. This is another one of those similar images that I made this with the blue background and the vintage woman and horse theme. I love this very beautiful image. A lot of these come from vintage postcards. Blue lines on the back. This is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. She sells a pack of 5 different colors of lined coffee-stained paper for $1. And then there's a digital stamp. I've got several different horses digitally stamped down in the corner. It's a little white horse with a little blue ribbon on its harness. And then lined on the back. And then I did the bag. Fold it over. But this has one of the sets. These horses here are all famous race horses, I believe. And they have the name of the horse down in the corner. Like that's Tom Jefferson. One of them's called Smuggler. But really pretty pictures. Beautiful horses. There's a little dog. There's some dogs off and on throughout here too. They obviously go very well with horses. This has a horse pictures in the background. But yeah, those are really pretty. And then I printed postcard images on regular copy paper and glued it to the back so they look like real postcards. But those turned out really nice. Those pictures are really pretty. Invoice paper. This is from the paper pad. I don't know if you can see the white swirls and flowers, but one of my designs. And then a digital stamp here of a really pretty rearing horse. And then there's going to be little butterflies, little teal butterflies in the middle of each signature. So there's the invoice paper. And we've got another set of 4 postcards. These are tucks. And they have the little dogs in them. This one has a little pony and a dog at the bottom. More dogs. But all 4 of these, again, are really pretty. I printed these on my inkjet, I think. And they have the tucks postcard on the back of each one, which I also printed. And the bags have lace. Lined paper, lots and lots of journaling space, like I always do. There is so much writing space in here. And then there's the little digital horse. More room to write here. This came from Pixabay. That's another free site where you can get images. And I think her name is Artsy Bee. Some more lined paper, copy stained. Here's the other side of the little ponies running across the page. This is all lined, floral, copy dye. Other side of the pretty blue paper. I dyed this lace with some ink. I like how it's kind of tie-dyed. And so these came from, I'm pretty sure they came from a site called Vecteezy, royalty-free vector graphics. I got 6 or 8 different horse images. This I've had for a long time. This is one of the ones from Kirsty Art Designs, and then a botanical card. And this is the back, the last page from the, and this is the Summer Prelude kit I was talking about. Aren't these little birds so cute with the blue? And there's a lot of space to write here if you wanted to. But this book will take a lot of writing without, writing on the printed pages. I put a lot of cards and stuff in to make up for the pages that you can't write on. Okay, so this is the second signature, and this is the kind of pink color theme for the second set of 4. I did these first. I made these pink ones first before I got the book, and was like, oh, that color's all wrong. I got to do blue. But I wanted to show real quick. These are the scrapbook papers I bought before I realized that scrapbook papers aren't always going to work because the pictures are either in the middle or off to one side. And, but I used these and then I printed over them. This is one of the images I printed and then I moved it down. But yeah, see, so I started with something like that on the pink ones, these pictures, and printed my images over them. So you'll see what I mean, but I wanted to give her credit for those scrapbook papers. Where did I write that down? Oh, it's called Scrapbooks and Wall Art. That's where I got those, and I used them for the backgrounds. So this is the first. And you can see the charms. They're put in through a little eyelet so they will stay secure. Okay, then on this side there's a tag. I made these tags. There's another one in a same design, different shape, and then a third one with flowers on it. But I like using the silhouettes. I used those in several places, across the bottom of the page, and then the digital stamps and on a few tags. This pocket, book page pocket, it's got the number 2 for the second signature. Back here, this is a Tsunami Rose tag. And then another pretty horse journaling card. Just a vintage tag and a blank postcard lined on the back. So all of those can be written on the back. They're all coffee dyed on the back. Some are lined. Here's some more paper from the paper pad with the flowers and subdued colors. This is some more digital stamping. This paper's lined. This pocket. This is one of the vector graphics I was just talking about from Vecteezy. You get royalty-free images. I just searched for horses. Isn't that a pretty little horse? And then another Tsunami Rose tag. And this is one of the sets from Kirsty Art Designs. I think there's 6 or 8 tags in this set, or journaling cards. Coffee dyed paper, lined paper, another floral paper from the paper pad. This is a inventory tag lined on the back. You can see the little ponies running across the bottom there. Floral, this is a Ephemeris Vintage Garden. I believe this is too. And then another journaling card from Kirsty Art Designs. Part of one of the sets. This pink paper, this is avocado dyed. I think you can tell it's pink compared to that white. Oh, and another really pretty lady on a horse. So besides the journal cover, I think there's something similar in each signature. Woman on a horse or something to do with the horse. I think 1 or 2 of them don't have the woman, but I just thought this was the most beautiful image. And this butterfly sprinkled there, digital stamp, this little design, some more of the floral paper in here, digital stamp. This is just some design florals of mine, little butterflies. That's the center of the signature. We got coffee dyed paper, butterflies, the pink paper. This is the back of that one. Paper with another woman on another beautiful horse on an autumn day. Look at the pretty colored leaves. This paper's lined. More lined paper. Little ponies running across the paper. Flowers. This is a fabric flip. I made this fabric flip. I made 2 of them. I bought some little bandanas, a pink one and a turquoise one. Underneath here, there's a nice full sheet of lined paper for writing. I thought this pink was too bright, So I covered it with lace. And then I put lace all around the edges. It was very, very thin fabric. I got it at the Dollar Tree. 2 of them for $1, a pink and a turquoise in a set for $1. So I doubled it over, kind of quilted it, then put lace on it and stuff, all to make it heavier. It's really nice now. And then this pink paper here, this is colored with chalk. Let's see how pink it is. Lined paper, and then big doily. These, I think there's about 6 of these pockets. These pictures came from a drawing book, like a how to draw, and there was one chapter on how to draw horses, and I cut out the finished image of a horse, and they're copy dyed, and made, there's a double pocket. There's a small pocket in the front, and then this picture is sewn onto this orange paper, and the orange paper is sewn onto the actual page of the journal, and it's a pocket too. So there's 2 large tags in here. Now this one has some information on the back all about the horse. So one of them is blank for writing, and one of them has some very interesting information on it. And then that is the last page of that signature. Signature number 3. This has little beads. So it's got the number 3 and a botanical card. And then it's got another horse tag back there and an art therapy card. Digital stamp. This one's got a little brown horse. Floral paper. This has the little ponies running across. This is the girl on the cover of this signature. This was a magazine, Fleming's Farm and Livestock Almanac from 1914. And so I cropped it and blew it up bigger and made it the cover of this signature. And then we've got another one of the horse tags with the little puppies. This is a Tim Holtz card, and then a botanical tag. And then we've got more invoice paper, copy dyed. This is a pretty, I don't remember where I got this one. It must have been on one of the, maybe it was Artsy Bee. Now that I think about it, I think this might be her art. Book page pocket. Back here is one of the tags. It's got, this one's got flowers on it. 2 of them I did with the silhouette horses and one with flowers. And then some tags. Tsunami Rose tag. These little library cards. There's 5 of those, I think, and those are also from Tsunami Rose. I liked that green color. I thought it went well with this book. And then there's another pretty picture. She's riding side saddle with that horse going over a jump. That seems like that must have been hard. Digital stamp. Beautiful horse running through the meadow with a little butterfly back there. I originally had this printed on 2 pages, and then I think I glued the pocket page over one side. Paper, flower paper, coffee dyed paper. This has some grill marks on it. Lined paper. It's a little doily pocket. I did this with some ink, combination of blue ink and coffee dye. It turned it this kind of greenish teal color. Okay, there's another horse journaling card. Both of these. This one doesn't have an image on it. It has a little horseshoe and stuff. But these are from the Kirsty Art Designs. And then there's these. Some of these small ones that I found were, I think they were like cigar labels. But they're so interesting and so pretty. I love the colors. Great artwork. Awesome artwork on those. This is a really pretty too, this paper. Blue inside. This was colored with chalk. Got the little butterflies. See, look at those butterflies. Aren't those beautiful? Some lined paper. Okay, we got another pocket here. This one, I think this is the only one I did on this teal paper. This beautiful white horse. But it is also a double pocket. This is a horse postcard. And then this one, I printed a page of this, so there's 4 of these in here. These came from Bountiful Heirlooms. Freebie. I really loved that, though. It's one of those wind... Oh, now I'm not going to be able to think of it. I even have one. Oh, never mind. This is some old paper. Die Cuts with a View. Heirlooms, I think. Copy dyed paper. Oh, this was one of my favorites, too. I just liked how it was transparent. And also the white. So rarely do you get the white. The white flowers showed up, I thought, pretty good. And the white saddle and his hoofs are white. And then you can see the lines through the horse. I made him transparent. When I was doing it, I'm not sure I really realized I was doing it until, I did. And I was like, oh, I can see him. But I'm just figuring this out, this transparency and PNG images, but it was fun doing it, figuring out how to do this stuff, put them in the right place so they're running across the bottom of the page, and plain copy dye paper, and there's the little digital stamp of the brown one, and then this is the Ephemeris Vintage Garden paper. So cute. And then I printed this little birdcage on the back, mainly because it was a bird and because it had a blue background. I remember this was very blurry, and I colored a lot of this with pencil to get rid of the blurriness because I had over-enlarged it. I learned a lot making this journal. So this is signature number 4, I think. There's the number, yeah. So one of the pink ones, we've got the retro girl with her horse. And then inside the number 4, that's a picture of her. I did that twice, I guess. I think because I was printed the whole set as journaling cards. There's another floral from Ephemeris Vintage Garden, another Tim Holtz card. The number 4 from Bountiful Heirlooms. Oh, and this paper back here, I think the other side has some butterflies or something. That's one of my designs. And then the pink, I love how these doilies came out. This is the first time I did that, where it had a really heavy coffee dye, and then the ink, the coffee made it a completely different color than it normally is. Normally my doilies are just pink or blue, but I love what the coffee did to it. This is pretty scrapbook paper with the pink. And then this is the avocado dyed. I like that paper too. I'll put in the description box what paper pad I used, because there's a lot of this paper in here and it's really pretty. Okay, this is one of my images. Beautiful white horse. This is a kind of popular image, this rose in the vase. You'll see it on Pinterest and stuff. I've had that saved for over a year, and I like to use it, and it went perfectly with this white horse. More graph paper. The other stuff had red writing. This stuff has green writing. plain paper, lined paper, horses running. This is some of that scrapbook paper from Scrapbooks and Wall Art. Now the other half will have an image that I put on it. Okay, here's the mini book. If you take out this mini book, this book gets a lot smaller. It really, even though it's not very big, I made a belly band with the image of a horse. You'll see some more of these kind of images. Well, actually, I think they're in here. Yeah. These came from Vecteezy, the images. There's 4 of them. I thought those were very cool. And so they didn't really go in this book, so I made another journal just so I could use these images because I had already printed them and stuff. Not really knowing what I was going to use and what I was doing, I cut out a lot of stuff and printed a lot of stuff before I figured it out. I bought some books about horses. Some of them were too childish. This came out of one of them, though. I thought this was kind of cool. The Secret Art of Horse Whispering. And then there's different stuff in here. So I thought that was cool. So I'm at 36 minutes. This may cut off pretty soon, and I'm only just about halfway through. This is another This Book Belongs To label, a little mini tag. Okay, so we've got this one. And then there's that one. I think, yeah, that's the one. I had a strip where it misprinted. And that's what I used to make the belly band. Okay, and then there's copy dyed paper. These are lined. This is that same image I showed you a little bit ago. And then there's this was a bit of a misprint too. It kind of smeared on the blue, so I just used it for scratch paper, for writing paper in here. Tucked it in there. There's a little digital stamp. Same there. Okay, this little book, the different colors. A bay, black, blue roan, brown, chestnut. Then you turn it over, and there's a bunch more. Buckskin, palomino, strawberry roan. So all these different, and it gives a description of what those names, the colors of different horses. And then in the back, there's 2 more of these pictures. Here's one running through the pink sunset. And this one running through the desert with the bird in the air. Anyway, I just thought those were really pretty, so I did want to, since I had already printed them out and they didn't go with this book, I wanted to use them. And same with this old vintage book cover. I had it already printed out too, so I made that the mini book. Okay, and then we're gonna, more tags. We got another red bingo card, floral, book card, botanical. And then this is from that Die Cuts with a View heirloom stack. That was one of my first paper pads I ever bought. These butterfly papers, this is from Tsunami Rose, one of the first paper kits I ever bought for making a little book. And then we've got another book page pocket. This has another guest check with the digital stamp of the horse. And then here we've got some roses and another card with some horses, and then 2 more. Looks like another floral, and then this horse. Writing room here. That's one of the images that I put on this scrapbook paper. She's got a big bird on her hand. Lined paper. That's the other side of the white horse head from the beginning of the signature. And the paper and some pink avocado dyed paper. Goes good with all this other pink paper. There's a horse tag from Kirsty Art. Tag. Another pretty. All of these are different too. These ones that they kind of look similar. I think they're the cigar ones or something. There's like 12 of them. Every one of them is a different image. And they all have the best artwork. I think it's one of the cooler things I found. This is one of my designs. A little birdie. Yeah, see, not a lot of birds, just a few to add some color and brightness. Back of the scrapbook paper. This is the 5th signature, so we made it halfway through. Pretty picture. I love that. Very vintage. So number 5, I'm not going to pull these all out. There's your art card. There's another little horse tag and one of those tags. I have some similar to those that I made into journaling cards. Like this pretty green paper and the ponies running across. Oops, that keeps popping open. I'm going to see if I can bend that. That particular one with the rock keeps popping open. Here is the other fabric flip. This is the blue bandana. I like this color. It matched perfectly with this color, I thought. So I didn't add the lace over the top of it. But it's got a nice sheet of lined paper underneath of it for writing. Isn't that a cool image? Bright blue. And then there's lots of writing room. All this stuff is blank. You can see this lace here. This is the only image I took from the book and used. 1945 copy of Black Beauty. It was very old. That's why I put the lace, and it's also reinforced on the inside here too. But I thought this was a pretty horse image. This is the mother and Black Beauty as a colt. Here's another image with the whole vintage looking woman and a horse. And I found a nice color background to use for that one. And then blue, this paper again, making a pocket. There's a horse journaling card. Miss Woodford. I think a lot of the horse images here are famous horses. Library card. We've got lined paper, butterfly is there. Here's another doily pocket. You can see the coffee color there. I'm really loving that. This one's got a bird, Tim Holtz. Another floral card, another horse card from the Kirsty Art Designs. Beautiful butterfly. And then this is that same one I used before, but it's in a different color. I think I used it twice. I don't think I used it a third time, but I might have. This is the other side of the Black Beauty image, book page. There's Black Beauty. Lined paper, lined paper. Here's another book page pocket. This tag, this is the last one of those big ones. It's got the 3 silhouette horses on it. This one I lined with the pretty blue teal paper. Library pocket. Old Dan. I like that one. Simple, cool colors. Pretty horse. This is old from another, not old, but from another journal that I did. And then there's a horse tag. Lined. Floral, the tag, horse ephemera, and then an inventory tag. This has a digital stamp. Oh, I don't remember seeing that on the other side when we first came in. I know it's there, but I forgot to show you. Right there. A little colt instead of a horse this time. And there's the other one. Isn't that cute? That was one of my favorites of the little digital stamps, was when I found that little colt and decided to use him. And the Ephemeris Get Vintage Garden paper. And now we are on signature number 6. This is this paper here that I added her image in there. And then this is one from the drawing book. And this is a double pocket again. This one shows some riders jumping. It's got a 1912 postcard writing at Christmas time. I just copied that. And then this is the Bountiful Heirlooms card. And there wasn't, I didn't want to put a pocket here and cover this. So this signature number 6 tag is on this side. I just stuck a little round butterfly tag that I had and put it over there instead of covering this. This bag, another set of 4, and these are ones that I made. These images are similar to the tags that I got from Kirsty Art Designs. I think one of them actually matches her tags. Horses and dogs, they go together. So these are all 4 images with horses and dogs. And then I did the postcard on the back again. And then the pink. We got some journaling cards in here. Horse tag. Another one from the royalty-free Vic TZ. And pink. I did this just like I was doing the blue one, but with pink. Lots of green papers.